Yes, 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 honey. This episode was tea. This episode was tea. Agatha said, you are just like your mother. And we knew that because his powers, y'all wasn't messing with his powers. He overpowers y'all. Like, that is Wanda's son. Like, stop playing with me. That's Wanda's son. That's Wanda's son. Let's get into this episode, y'all. All right, let's get right to it. It seems like the Salem 7 have made it to the Witch's Road, right? Like, that's how we start out the episode. And of course, like, why would they not make it to the Witch's Road? They could just present themselves as a coven. They are a coven, to gain access to the road or whatever, however they get there. I was just like, girl, they coming either way. Now, they sniffing rocks off the ground like it's the 80s or something. Gosh. They sniffing rocks, trying to figure out where they at, using magic and stuff, trying to figure out where they at. But Lilia kind of catches their tea immediately, right? Like, she feels their magic and warns the others, like, y'all, we gotta go. The Salem 7 are here. We have to get up. Now, real quick. They ain't got no beds on the Witch's Road. Like, y'all already gotta walk it barefoot. And then on top of that, y'all can't even sleep in one of the escape rooms or one of the Airbnbs, the trials that the Witch's Road got. Yeah, they sleeping on leaves and stuff. There needs to be, instead of the Witch's Road feeling like camping, it needs to feel like glamping. Glamorous, you see what I'm saying? Glamping, not camping. Y'all are sleeping on leaves and dirt and quicksand, mud and stuff. It's just, I don't know, y'all. Like, we got to do a whole renovation of the Witch's Road. We really do, girl. We got to have some amenities. Something, girl, something. So, yeah, Lilia's like, girl, we done left the door open with the summoning spell that we used. The Salem 7 are chasing after us like Tyler Perry chases after a light-skinned man to play a love interest. Like, they're coming. The Salem 7 are coming. They're just coming, honey. They're chasing. So Lilia gonna start the origin story of the Salem 7. Like, okay, so when Agatha killed her original coven, and then Rio was just like, okay, she only killed her coven because her mama tried to have her executed. Like, Rio's like, all right, not too much of my ex. Like, she only did it because her mama was trying to she was doing too much. Like, and I love this because Rio, like, one of the first times we meet you, Rio, you're trying to literally kill Agatha. But now when people are dragging her, like, you ready to jump up and defend her, like Jen said. I love it. You and Agatha just need to screw at this point. Like, y'all just, like, we all know y'all still want each other. You over here, like, acting like you don't like Agatha. You don't love Agatha. You defending her at every turn. It's so cute. It's so cute. So basically, they said that Agatha killed her coven, but she didn't kill the children of the witches that she killed. So now, the kids of the witches that she killed, they've come hell bent on revenge. They're trying to snatch Agatha up. Like, girl, they're trying to snatch Agatha up. And I absolutely love how Agatha comes running in here, like, putting on her corporate blazer and saying, like, the moral of the story is, kids, always finish what you started. Also, mercy is overrated. And she's like, we gotta go. Let's run it. Let's start running. But they're just like, girl, we can't keep running. We need to be able to fly. So they're trying to pick branches and stuff to use as brooms to fly away. I'm just like, I know Groot is somewhere hurting. Lilia said brooms are used by the Holiday Industrial Complex. I hate that. By the Holiday Industrial Complex as absurd emblems of our culture. I thought that was funny. Something I thought was funnier was that, I guess, in order to cast a spell that would make the brooms fly, they had to do this, like, walk around with the brooms in a circle, like touching, like we sword fighting, if you know what I mean. And honestly, I would be flying too after a fun little sword fight with a guy. Okay. All right, I'm done. All right, so they walking around with these brooms, okay? And then Jen looked at Lilia's broom like, oh, this is so cute. And Lilia's like, okay, thanks. You could have done a better job, though. No, I'm bringing this up because there's going to be multiple points here where Jen is just getting the short end of the stick. And I just want to let y'all know, y'all need to back off the black woman. Back off of my Jen. I said this so many times before, but, like, back off of Jen before I call the ACLU. Or before I call, NAACP. I promise you I will. I promise you I will. So they're still picking up brooms and stuff when some of the Salem 7 show up. I'm like, hurry up, y'all. How long does it take to pick a branch off a tree? Like, come on, let's stop playing. Stop playing with me. So they finally take off, and even Twink was able to get the hang of it. So, I absolutely love this shot of them in front of the moon. Like, it was fun. Okay, we're having fun. So they're having fun flying, and Twink was like, why haven't we done this before? Why we haven't been doing this all along? And in my soul, I felt Disney silently respond by saying, hey, we ain't giving y'all that all that CGI budget, okay? Y'all already got all these magical battles that we gotta go, plot out and make and pay people to make. Disney was like, girl, y'all got maybe one broom scene. Disney was like, y'all got one broom scene out of me, and that's it, girl. You better get one broomstick ride. Better enjoy it while you can, girl. And that's what Twink was doing. But then all of them started turning upside down. Turn the wig around. They turned upside down. And Agatha said that, well, basically it's the road trying to get them back down there. Salem 7, of course, is still after them, but they see the next trial and make it there, right? So Agatha said, okay, they can't come in here. They can't, we in the trial now. They can't come in here. All we got to do is, pass this trial and continue on. And that's it. Twink done lost his spell book, all type of stuff. It's a mess. It's a mess. So they know that it's Agatha's trial because of the blood moon. And Lilia tells us a blood moon is when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest. And Rio said, and who better to commune with the dead than someone who's put so many in the grave? They figure out they have to use the Ouija board. And Twink is reading some of the rules here before they get started. And one of them says, don't speak over each other. And the coven immediately does just that. Like, this whole show has been them doing that. So I thought that was funny that they put that in the rules, because y'all are definitely, breaking one of these rules. Because the next one is they can't remove their hand from the game or from the board, because if you do, a spirit will be released. Like, all these rules. And you have to say goodbye at the end of it, all these rules, right? So once they start using the Ouija board, they figure out that Miss Hart apparently is on the other side. Awkward. And Jen was like, hey, girl, feeling better? And I'm just like, girl, she's dead. What do you mean she's feeling better? She's feeling dead. So Lilia's hand gets removed from the game somehow, and I'm just like, okay, well, maybe a spirit is coming. Apparently Sharon, Miss Hart, had possessed Agatha. Now, I didn't believe it at first, because I'm just like, the childish way that Agatha was shaking during the onset of the so-called possession, I was like, girl, this girl is faking. This girl is faking. I mean, so it was funny to see Agatha, or Catherine, whatever, act like Sharon in this high-pitched voice that she was really trying to convince y'all with this squeaky high-pitched voice, right? But they saw through it eventually, and Agatha's like, okay, well, I thought that was pretty good. And I was like, well, it was kind of good. It was kind of you almost happy, girl. No, well, not really. The shaking before the possession, like, girl, that was I was like, she looks like she got something in her hair that she's trying to get out. Like, why you look like somebody's electrocuting you, girl? And there's no magic here. There's no energy here making you move like that. Either way, they do it for real this time, and apparently death is here, right? And according to the messages, death wants to punish Agatha, right? So she's freaked out. She's freaking out like, y'all stop. Who's doing this? Why y'all doing this? Like, girl, we ain't doing nothing. This is what they said. That death wants to punish you, girl. Don't be mad at me. That's what the boys say. So she's freaking out. She removes her hands. And, that means a spirit is coming. And I love how everyone was screaming and freaking out while the room was going crazy because the spirit was coming. And but at the same time, Rio was getting her life while it was happening. Rio's just so weird. I love it, though. And they're like, what should we do? Oh, my goodness. Like, what do the spirits want? What do they want? And Jen was like, girl, they already told us what they want. Like, they want Agatha to be punished. And once Jen said that, the room died down. So it's like, well, maybe that's what the magic left from the room. So it's like, maybe that's what they really do want. And so the coven closes in on her like, well, she has ruined so many people's lives. Like, maybe we should get her out of here. And the Twink at first is so funny because, especially given what happens at the end of the episode, it's so funny because Twink is trying to protest. Like, oh no, like he's saying like, oh no, we shouldn't punish Agatha. Like, oh my gosh, we shouldn't do that. But they're not trying to hear anything from Agatha's number one stan. And, I love how Rio suggests that they kill her. And then Agatha's like, see, and people ask me why I don't have female friends. But yeah, Twink really does not like this idea of, Agatha being punished. He was like, oh my gosh, we were getting Along though, like I thought we were getting along though, what happened? And for me, I'm just like, now Twink, listen, for you to be so obsessed with Agatha and her work and all this, you should already know that she'd have made a lot of people angry within her lifetime. So let's not act dense and be like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Like, you do know, girl, because you're the one who came to her and told her that you studied her whole entire life story, girl. For the first episode, second episode, whatever. So it's like, I mean, you're going to have to get with the program, honey. So Jen literally gets some rope to bind Agatha. Like, she pulls out some rope, bro. But then Agatha disappeared and the lights went out. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? Now, something drips on Twink from the ceiling. And I was like, oh my God, what is he about to see when he looks up? What is he about to see when he looks up? And it seems like a version of Agatha possessed. She looks dead and decrepit. And now listen, if I saw her up there knowing that something dripped on me, I would look up and say, girl, now listen. I hope you didn't just spit on me like Tiffany. Did you see she just spit on me? Did she just spit on me? But yeah, if I looked up and saw that and knew that something dripped down on me, I'd be like, girl, I hope you didn't just spit on me, because if it ain't sweat that just dripped on me, that means it was another liquid coming down from your body, and it's only a couple of liquids that it could have been. It's only a few liquids that it could have been. So you need to let me know which one it was. Anyway, so yeah, they see her on the ceiling. And they all start screaming, right? She chases after Twink for a second, but then she starts choking Jen out. Why y'all can't choke Lilia out or something? Why y'all gotta be choking Jen out? See, I told y'all I'm gonna have to call it ACLU. It's anti-blackness. Like, I promise you, I'm gonna go to the ACLU and file a lawsuit on Jen's behalf. But I guess at this point, it would be like a counter lawsuit since Jen already getting sued so much. But anyway, Lilia turned the lights on and then Agatha disappeared again. But then Evanora Harkness appears on the stairs, right? She was the one, we find out, who possessed Agatha. Oh my God, can someone please get Evanora some good concealer or something, some foundation, please? Oh my goodness, maybe she's born with it or maybe she's just dead. Like, girl, move out of my face. Move out my face with these dark circles, mama. Then she got the nerve to come right up on the camera like, girl, move back. If you don't back up, I know your breath smell like the grave. It smells like the grave, the cemetery, 6 feet under. Move back. So anyway, Agatha's mother tells them that, hey, my coven risked everything to kill Agatha, and you fools have willingly joined her. And Agatha's like, stop embarrassing me in front of my friends, Mom. And then Agatha's mom is like, by the way you need to punish Agatha is by finishing the road without her. Leave her here with me so I can just possess her and do what I need to do. But Rio protests, right? As if she wasn't trying to kill her a second ago, like I said. Rio was just like, nah, her mama can't have her. Like, okay, it's fine. Like, I can try and kill her, argue with her all day long, but her mama can't have her. And I love that because I feel like so many queer people can relate. Like, okay, we can have our differences and argue, but I'm definitely not going to let your homophobic parents come back and traumatize you. Like, that's where I draw the line. I love it. I was just like, this is so great. And then the mommy issues, the parent issues, it's just like, okay, I see what y'all are doing here. Then Agatha came and said, okay, why do you still hate me? And her mother said, you were born evil. I ought to have killed you the moment you left my body. And I was like, wow, Agatha, you didn't. When I say mommy issues is like just an understatement for this, I guess for this entire show. Very much an understatement. Agatha's tearful response to what her mother said was already emotional enough, but then Rio dropped her head too, and I was like, oh yeah, y'all have one of those moments. Rio is just, I love how Rio acts like she, or tries to act like she don't care about Agatha, or like she ain't really feeling her like that, but every turn you're like trying to protect her from all these emotional moments, right? I also like that they focused on Alice's face during this scene, because I can only imagine what was going through her head hearing this while also having gone through her own issue with her own mama, right? So it's like, the dynamics here was fun. It was very cool to watch. But then Jen has the very understandable idea to just leave like Agatha's mother wants, and to just leave Agatha there, right? Because she's like, if you think about it, Agatha is really the only danger on this road. And Agatha's begging, like, please don't leave me, like, take me with you, don't go. And then her mama takes over her body again. But then this part gagged me so bad because then Alice uses her powers to try and help her out. Like, she's gagged. Alice is gagged that powers are even magic even coming out of her hands, right? She's gagged. I'm gagged. Everybody gagged. I was like, wait. Are those actual powers? Like, not manual analog magic? Like, Alice is using her powers. And then this part gagged me too because I don't know. I didn't expect it, but it's like, of course, why wouldn't you? Of course, you should expect this with Agatha. Agatha starts snatching up Alice's power, y'all. Like, snatches it up, power and life force. You hear what I'm saying? I was watching this like, no, Agatha, dang, Agatha, like, why you do this? But given the fact that, you know, her mother called her evil from the day she was born. I should have killed you from the day you left my body. I was like, Agatha probably can control this stuff. Or maybe she don't know how to, or she ain't put as much effort in as she needs to control it. But it seemed like she don't have as much control over it as we think, right? And so Twink tries to stop her, right? All he could do was go to the Ouija board and figure out that Nicholas Scratch was here, right? And it's Nicholas's voice that gets Agatha to stop doing what she's doing. She turned around immediately, and it's just, she's like, wait, what? Immediately, as soon as she turned around and she stops, the way out shows itself. But it seems like Alice is dead, right? Alice is dead. Everyone's gagging. Agatha moves like she wants to help, moves closer, but even Twink tells her to get lost. Like, he was like, she was protecting you, but you don't deserve it. And there's no spell or anything that can help, obviously, because, like, they're just like, she's gone. Like, Twink is really trying, like, oh my goodness, what's going on? But she's gone. Alice is gone. You could tell she's ashamed. You could tell, like, she definitely didn't mean to do it. But, I mean, she's gone, And so she kind of runs away a little bit in the forest here or whatever. She looks at the magic in her hands. Like, okay, well, I didn't mean to do it, but at least I got a little tiny bit of magic before it snuffs out. And then Twink walks up. He really bucks up on her like, how could you do that? She was trying to protect you. I guess this is what it has been about all along. But then Agatha says that she really could not control it. But the Twink does not believe her. Twink says, that's what it means to be a witch, killing others to serve your own agenda. No, not for me. And then Agatha laughs. She smiles, like, in his face. And I was like, oh, goodness, what's she about to do? I was like, what's she about to say? Like, she about to say something, like, crazy. It's like, what's she about to say? She's smiling in Twink face, like, and then she says, okay, you sure you don't want to kill? You sure you're not like me? You sure? She says, you're so much like your mother. That's what she says. And it looks like Twink knows exactly what she's talking about. Right? Because to me, I'm just like, why do you have a guilty look on your face instead of a confused one? Right? Like, he looks like, well, I've been got. It doesn't look like, oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. He looks like, well, I've been had. Like, I've been got. And so maybe he was the one who put the sigil on himself, like y'all have been saying. They brought it up in the show. But, like, I've seen some of y'all saying that maybe he was the one who put the sigil on himself. And it just, I don't know. He clearly knows more, obviously, because he uses powers, full-fledged powers. But he clearly knows more than he was letting on this whole time. Either way, Agatha says to him, come pet. And I guess that's the last straw because he ends up using his powers to take control of the coven in the same way that his mama took control over that, over Westview. We love learning from the best. We love genetics. We love, just unbridled power. When you're of the Scarlet Witch's blood, you see what I'm saying? There's really nothing that can stop you. You're gonna have to put some respect on Wiccan's name. Don't play with me, y'all. Don't play with me. So he ends up using his powers just like his mom. Even in the same, like, movements that Wanda was doing, he was using that, like, when he threw them back, the way he spread his arms out was the same way Wanda was using it. The same way Wanda, makes her fingers up when she used her powers. I was just like, yes, this really her son. Like, this really her son, y'all. Like, where's... I can smell Wanda. She's close. I can smell her. She's close, girl. Y'all bet. I need a finale or something. She got to show up. Did Elizabeth Olsen sign a contract or something? Somebody got to let me know. Is she going to show up? I can smell her. She's close. She's close. But yeah, he used his powers just like his mama, dragged Agatha into the nasty quicksand, and then, along with the other witches, he set them down there into the mud as well. And it's just this last shot of his face like, yeah, girl, I did that. I am the son. I am the son of the supreme nexus being. I am the son of the iconic reality warper that has y'all shaking in y'all boots. That's me. Put some respect. Y'all don't play with me. Like, listen, Young Avengers, I can taste it. Wanda, I can taste it. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Now, I want to know how because the dynamic has completely shifted. I can't wait to see how these characters are going to react next episode, especially like Jen and them reacting to, wait, like, Wiccan, you just mind controlled me, bro. Like, that ain't cool. I'm just reacting to the fact that Wiccan is so strong in the first place. Y'all, we can finally say that his name is Wiccan. Let's celebrate. Well, hello. Let's celebrate that. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you thought of this episode. I definitely had a lot of fun. I think it's one of the best ones so far, if not the best one, because of how the wig turned, how the plot twisted, how the magic erupted. Leave your comments below. Also, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/AvatarAdrian for exclusive video content that you won't get here. Also, you can give your 2 cents as to what topics and stuff I'm going to cover, what shows to talk about over there. Love y'all so much, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace. Make sure that you're going to www.zeraxia.com. When you join the wait list there on the site, you will be the first to be notified when I drop my sequel. Also, you'll immediately get chapter 1 of my upcoming sequel of the upcoming book sent to your email as a PDF. So check that out. Also, this is a different excerpt from my upcoming book, so you definitely want to pause to read if you're trying to get your life. Keep in mind that this upcoming book, this sequel, is following up the first book that is already released called Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King. I released it a few years ago. It was my introduction to writing fantasy and stuff, so just go easy on me. But either way, as you can see here, it's given 4.9 stars. It's given 4.9 stars. So yeah, check out Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King while you wait for Zeraxia, The Vengeance of Coldwind, right? And go to Zeraxia.com, sign up, join the wait list, get your free chapter. Thank you so much.